Hello and welcome to a new run of Battle Brothers, this time with the Reforged mod as well as Hardened, which is a large overhaul mod for Reforged. So what is Hardened? Well, if you don't know, you should of course go and read about it on your own time. I will link the mod page in the video description. However, I will ever so briefly go through the major changes that it makes to how Reforged works. So, Hardened features a simplified reach mechanic and double grip effect. Shields are destructible again, which they kind of aren't in Reforged. A streamlined world and contract scaling. 8 new perks. About 100 perks are tweaked or reworked. There are numerous equipment tweaks and rebalancing, as well as rebalancing and changes to NPCs with the hardened changes in mind. And also notable changes when coming from Reforged. You can no longer gain veteran perks, meaning that after level 11, like in vanilla, no more perk points, sadly, but I suppose it makes for a more balanced experience. You can no longer swap your weapon with a dagger from your bag for free. And finally, attachments no longer randomly spawn on NPCs. Alright, now I will speak about the run itself. So this will be with the Davkul cultists origin. Difficulty will be expert, expert, low. And the goals of the run are the Kraken, the black Monolith, and acquiring the Davkul armor and helmet, which I don't believe, at least if memory serves, have ever gotten before. I have played the Davkul cultists origin pretty far at least once, but I don't believe I ever had those events. So it might take a long while. But anyway. And also I will not be doing any safe scumming, so if we die and I will restart. This is a pretty difficult origin to start with. Maybe one of the most difficult ones. But the late game should be far easier when and if you actually get there because of the Davkul traits that you will acquire along the way. Anyways, let's begin. So, new campaign. Davkul awaits. You lead a small flock devoted to the Elder God, and it's time to spread the word. Find more followers. Acquire riches and please Davkul with sacrifices. Start with a group of 4 cultists with poor equipment. More cultists may flock to you for free. Sacrifices. Davkul will occasionally demand sacrifices from you, but also bestow boons upon those loyal to him. Company name is Merriment, and I will go with this happy banner here. Difficulty expert, expert low. I will also go with the unexplored map option. Let us begin our dark journey. I put the woman and child in the barn, which you have surely already found in ashes. They were knocked unconscious, for he does not seek their pain. Please do not dwell upon their demise. They are with him now, and in their passing I have been freed of all obligations to do what must be done. By now I will be gone. I will have taken up a new role, a new face, and beneath both I will become something I am not. I will pretend, I will act, but in the end it is with one purpose. And you know what that purpose is. I must not name it, but you shall find it in the moments when you realize no one truly believes they are going to die. The purity of one's own annihilation must be clouded by distraction and merriment. Not all can see him, not all should, but see him they will. Be well, strangers that you have become, for Davkul awaits us all. Davkul awaits. Okay, where are we? We are in the east, somewhat in the middle of the map. Let's take a look at our cultists, of which there are, of course, 4. Okay, so we have Sigma here. I will mark the cultists down with just a C and maybe a minus or a plus or something like that. So this guy is pretty mediocre at best, maybe even below that. So yeah, like I said, this is potentially a very difficult start, depending on how you roll with these starting cultists and if you're able to find new ones or not, and when you do, just how good or bad they are. So anyways, I will also strip these guys naked and distribute the equipment once I've taken a look. Okay, this is better, not perfect by any means. Is a fragile pessimist, Robert the Odd, but does have 3 stars in melee defense. Well, if he lives long enough, then I suppose he will continue potentially living for a while with that 3 stars there, but with only 37 hit points, that's potentially not going to happen. And also, yes, Sigmar here has a fear of greenskins and a fear of beasts. Okay, so far we're not doing all that well. I guess since this guy also has such a limited number of hit points, he's not really a cultist plus, so I'll just mark him as a C. Okay, and then we have Lars here, who is a bleeder and impatient bleeder. I still don't have any stars in melee skill. That is problematic, potentially. And finally we have... okay, here we go. 52 melee skill. Okay, that's low. That is after Dexterous, but he does have 2 stars in that at least, so... yeah, okay. Are you a cultist plus in that case? I guess you are, since you're also determined. So Hilmar here is a cultist plus, Lars the occultist is just a C. So 3 mediocre ones and 1 that's a little bit better. And like I said, strip you naked as your initiation ritual here. So I care the most about Hilmar, of course. Now this guy, Lars here, does have a star in ranged skill and does have access to throwing, so we might go with that. Only 1 star and starts with 40, but with throwing I suppose that might work out. Anyways, so yeah, Hilmar here is going to be my damage dealer with this 52 melee skill. Technically, Robert here has a higher melee skill for now, but I'll still give Hilmar here the best weapon, I think. We can give the next best one, which I will say the Scrammas axe is the second best one, and the two-hand wooden flail is the best one, so we'll do it in that order. And you can also have the best armor, of course, Hilmar. So this is an 80 piece and this is a 90 piece. And then Robert here gets the next best stuff, I suppose. So yeah, have that. Have a 50 helmet. And have these leather wraps. So yeah, it's very possible this run ends in this very first episode in 1 unlucky fight. We'll see. Anyways, one of you guys will be the backline with the battle whip. Which one will it be? Actually, maybe it should be Robert, since he has 37 hit points. Yeah, let's actually do it like that. So that means you don't actually get that stuff. Instead, you take this hood, and no body armor for now. And I guess the bleeder with the whopping 51 melee skill gets the Scramasax. You get this weapon. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I could have rolled far better with these guys, but we'll see how far we can go with these guys, these utter fools. Hopefully I can find some more cultists here pretty soon. So let's head into town. Alright. No cultists. So one of the priorities here will be getting the recruiter retinue ASAP, which I cannot obviously get yet, but at some point hopefully we'll get it. And with these guys that I have, it's going to be a huge risk taking contracts. Definitely not doing even a one skull drive of brigands. That is going to get us killed. Even a one skull follow the tracks, kill the thieves contract might potentially end the run. So what I will be doing is be evil and pick on caravans and potentially lure enemies into camps or other enemies, and will play a bit cowardly. Again, it kind of depends on the recruits and other events we have in the early game. Anyways, I will head south. One of the priorities as well is to get some indebted, so I have people to sacrifice. If you haven't played this origin before, it's somewhat tricky managing the sacrifice event and the outcomes, the consequences of that. Everyone who is not a cultist will get extremely pissed off, and as such they will quite likely just decide that they don't actually want to run around with some Davkul cultists who can potentially just decide to sacrifice them to their dark god. Very painfully as well, I might add. Also, I will need some food, so I will buy this a little bit expensive stack of grains here. Still no cultists, and I can't really do these contracts unless I could lure... let's see here. So this is a beast contract. Yeah, I might be able to do that if I lure the beasts into something like the Second Sons here. But the Second Sons are going to be traveling away, so I can't really rely on that. Sadly, the road ends here as well, so I think we head back over here. It's going to take us probably a long time to actually get going with this run. Need to play very carefully. Until then, especially during the night time, when we are next to forests. I do not want to get ambushed, of course. Alright, first ambition. As is customary, you assemble the men to explain the company's next steps. Brothers, the Merriment must show the world we are forged of a hotter fire than other mercenary bands. As our reputation grows, so will the influx of crowns to our coffers. Let us forge a path to greatness. Okay, out of these options we'll go with the allies. Forge a bond of friendship. Okay, here we are at Eichholz. Do you have any cultists? Of course you do not. So you can, of course, convert non-cultists, well, some of them, lowborns, and dumb or brain-damaged higherborn. However, you can't rely on getting that event. So early on, it's not going to be something that is really an option to rely upon. So if I get non-cultists, they are going to be cheap ones, and we have to accept the fact that they might leave us once the time comes. Anyways, still I cannot do anything here. I suppose I might be able to, once again, lure these beasts into something else, but that is quite RNG dependent, so I will pass. And instead we will continue traveling. So I could attack these peasants, but I think I'd rather save my evil shenanigans for caravans. I don't want to piss off the factions willy-nilly without a purpose, really. So I can do some caravan raiding without turning the entire faction hostile. But I don't want to lower the reputation I have with them by killing peasants unless I really need to. Alright, once again, I can't do this contract. Do you have any cultists? You do. You have one of them. He is kind of expensive, but I need all the cultists I can get, so welcome aboard. You are... I guess you're kind of better than most of the group, so welcome aboard. Swain, determined Spartan. 57 starting melee skill, no stars though. 1-star melee defense. I guess I could even go as far as say that this guy is a cultist plus. Just barely, just ever so barely. Okay, I will, in that case, allow you to keep this armor and we'll make a helmet switch and a weapon switch, so you can have this weapon. So early on, obviously, somewhat obviously, we will be guaranteed basically to have casualties in fights. If I can help it, of course, I will keep the better cultists alive and allow the fodder to die. I will need some fodder for sacrifices, but there's still time. Anyways, I also need to find those trading caravans to actually make money. Now with 5 people though, I might perhaps be able to do a 1 skull follow the tracks. Maybe, but I would really, really like to get an advantageous position. This is probably brigands. So it's going to be early brigands, so that means I can probably take them, especially in the forest. Okay, it's going to be difficult, but let's do it during the night time. So that the poacher advantage that they have is lowered. It's still going to potentially get us killed, all of us, but... So I need to get kind of lucky with Hilmar's flail here. Anyways, if I die, I die. We'll just go with that. I could play this far safer, but... if we can't take on this group of brigands, then I suppose we all deserve to meet Davkul early. So dusk, that counts as night time. Let's do our first battle. Also the Swifter mod is installed and the combat speed was at the maximum. I will lower that. I have played Hardened a little bit on my own time. Maybe like 10 to 20 hours. Gotten to around, I don't know, days 60, 70, something like that. Anyways, let's see if we can do this fight. If we can't, then, well, then we begin anew. I will begin by waiting, but it will of course be required of us to be the aggressors here. I don't want to go through this, I don't think. So let's step back. Alright, they even have the high ground here, that's not good. Yeah, that is definitely not good. How about going through this after all? I only have the one backline weapon though. You don't have any armor. Step back. Of course, I only need to get one guy in melee range for them to be sufficiently triggered enough to want to charge the rest of... Oh, here you are. Well, that's good. If you're actually being aggressive, then that works for us. I was definitely expecting them to not be aggressive here, but if you're willing to be aggressive, we actually have a good chance here. We'll see though. We'll see if this guy wants to come forward for realsies. Lars here is in a bad spot though, but luckily enough, he does get to act before they do. So are you coming or not? If you're not, then I do need to engage with one of these guys, I think. It seems you're not coming. Okay, that makes sense. They also have a poacher here, so even if this guy steps back at some point, we can engage with one of them in a pretty decent spot, I'd say. Anyway, so that means I probably want Robert's whip over here somewhere. If I get the whip in range, that means that I am kind of in melee, which means they should actually charge us. So if I move Hilmar like here and make room, that might actually happen. I don't really even need to move Lars, so I'll stay where he is. Let's move you over there. Yeah, okay, that makes room. So that is within range. We'll see if next round, or perhaps already, they want to do something. And in the meanwhile, hopefully we won't be getting hit by their ranged weaponry. Chance 10, luckily that missed. Well, not really luckily, but you know what I mean. Anyways, I will not attack just yet. I could go for a disarm attempt here, but let's not do anything just yet. Let's see if he is going to be triggered enough. It seems the answer is no. Okay. So if I start whipping you, then will that be enough? We shall see. I could also engage, like I said earlier, with one of these guys here, but I would like to have more of an advantage. Which means allow this guy to step forward. So, yeah, the regular attack won't do much, because whips suck against armor, but let's see if that triggers the AI. Will it or will it not? Here we have a brigand robber with a throwing net, which is kind of scary. Also, this guy is still holding still. Okay, I guess in that case we will be stepping forward in a moment, because eventually we will be getting hit by these ranged weapons. And with our crappy armor, that will be devastating. So, yeah, I guess I'll go with... the flail is probably better on this flank because of the shield here. This fight is really, really risky for us. But if we win, then the rest of the run will be better or something. Anyways, yeah, I guess I step closer now. Let's not get next to the guy just yet, but step closer, and you step here. And let's step over there, and I suppose I might as well try for the disarm now. And I do get the lucky disarm. Alright. Step in there. Miss a 67. Okie dokie. And now we wait. We are committed to this fight. There is no turning back. Okay. Well, that was just with the fists. Now he has his hatchet again, though. I'll just wait here for the rest of them to arrive. Okay, can we get it again? Probably not. We did, though. We did. Okay, please, the rest of you, attack me. There you go. There you go. And, okay, we are getting a bit lucky here, but I will take all the luck I can get. Take all of it. Okay, so waiting does come with a penalty in Battle Brothers or initiative. That might make a difference, but I can also just wait for surround bonuses instead. Let's see, so I have a 70% chance here to hit this guy. I think I'll just wait. This fight is far from over, but yeah, it's going very, very well for us. Anyways, I could recover here or attack this guy. Swain sadly has lower initiative than the scoundrel here, so I think I'll probably just attack here. Can only do it once, though. Might even get lucky enough to get a kill. Let's see. Nice. Very nice. And I will say it again, we've gotten extremely lucky here. Alright, do I want to step here with Sigmar now? Probably not. Probably not. It's pretty likely that Sigmar will die in this fight. Lars potentially as well. Despite this going so well, there is still the very real possibility of this being a complete wipe. But let's see. Okay, good. So this guy will be using the net in a moment. Uses it on Robert for some reason. Okay, this is a 33. I'll wait. So, let's see. This guy I will predict ends up here. And I think that's going to be our target with the flail. I don't want to kill this guy just yet, because this guy shouldn't be able to attack if he has to move all the way there. Alright. I could also go for their backline now with Swain, but since it's night time, they're not really that much of a threat. I will wait and decide. You wait as well. Now I think I recover instead of attacking this guy. Sigmar still just holds. You'd also take the high ground here, actually. Because someone is very likely going to end up next to that high ground. Yeah, actually, let's take the high ground there. Ouchies. Okay, that sucks. That sucks. The luck has run out. They did indeed have a hooked blade. And Swain has taken a nasty hit with an injury. Okay, one more on this guy. Come on. Nope. Not yet. Okay, step back. Let's help over here instead. So the hooked blade will be coming in, of course, and very easily hitting these guys, and it's going to hurt a lot. But I suppose I'd rather have one of them die than Swain, if I can help it. Okay, since this guy is nearly dead, I will go for the robber. Let's hope for a headshot. 53. Wow. Okay. Well, I will take all of the luck I can get. That was extremely lucky, again. Anyways, I guess I go for the free attempt there. You wait. Okay, let's see. This guy will, of course, kill himself as he tries to flee. So you guys just keep on waiting. Okay, that's fine. Okay, they are, it seems, they are being a bit more intelligent than I thought or hoped. No one's getting to this position next to the high ground. Anyways, let's wait. You wait. Okay, that's not good. Step in there. Alright. Let's see. Can't really deal damage, but I can go for a disarm attempt. It's a pretty low chance, of course, on everyone. This is the highest chance. So these two go for this guy. Which means, yeah, I guess I go for the disarm there. Nope. Okay, free yourself, I guess. Since this does nothing, unless someone has a really low armor. Even 30 might be too much. Alright, I predict someone will be dying here. $72. Very good, very good. Alright, so Swain here. Do I risk Swain on this flank? He will potentially die to one hit, so I don't think I should. 4 melee defense, and I would like to keep him alive. I mean, it's going extremely well, but someone will be dying, probably. Yeah. See ya. Robert has been killed. This guy is now confident. As long as we win this fight, it's fine. That is acceptable. Ow, 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 ow. Lars has been killed. Rest in peace. Alright, there's 3 of us left. I might have bitten off too much. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see. There is no retreat, no surrender. We'll go down with the ship, if that's what happens here. Alright, gang up on this guy. All of us are confident. Despite the casualties. 62. Nice. The flail is doing splendid work. Alright, I don't think I want to step next to this guy. That means he gets 2 attacks on us. So where do I go? I think I go here. That also means that the robber with the hooked blade shouldn't be able to hit us unless some waiting shenanigans happen. There's 4 of them. One of them is a slinger hidden there. I guess I move maybe there. I could also recover with Swain. So now that we are not engaged in melee anymore, they might again want to hold position. Well, let's hope that that is not the case, and also that they don't hit us with their ranged weapons. I'll move here with Swain, I think. Okay, this guy's moving. Okay, that's actually good for us. wait. Right, good. Not being peppered with arrows is a good thing. Okay, they do actually want to be aggressive here. I will need Swain's contribution here, but that might get him killed, sadly. Deal with this guy ASAP and hopefully not get hit by the hooked blade in the meanwhile, is the plan. That's the plan, guys. Don't be hit by their weapons. So I could take the high ground, or I could just move here to be able to attack straight away. So Sigmar here. If Sigmar dies, I'm down to 2 cultists, which can work, at least if I find more cultists quickly, but yeah. Well, I guess I can't really control anything like that, since I did decide to take this risky battle here. The problem with this spot, of course, is the hooked blade, potentially. He has a melee defense of 2. If I move here, then if the hooked blade comes in range, at least it has to go for the high ground. Yeah, I'll move there. That's slightly safer. And let's hope that the streak with the flail continues. It does. It does continue. No kill, though. Alright. I think I'll actually recover now with Swain. Because being hit by the hooked blade even once is going to be death, I think. Yeah, if it's a body shot at least, and I think with this situation, potentially also with the headshot. So there you're safer, at least. Hey, please go away. One more. Yes! Good. Well done, cultists. Now there's only really one threat left in the field. Okay, ouchie daisy. That's like whoopsie daisy, but ouchie daisy. Hit by a 5%. Still fine-ish. Let's see if the hooked blade comes closer. It does, and it does miss. Okay, that's good. Alright, now we go all out, I think. And we just have to accept all of the consequences that may come from that. 54! No, not this time. But our streak of luck continues in that Sigmar not being killed yet. And this guy's now fleeing. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, let's prevent these two also from leaving. Being hit by even these garbage weapons is actually potentially death for this guy. So maybe not. Though they are breaking. Getting that XP would be nice. I think I should play it safe with this guy. I could get next to them with Hilmar. But I'll actually step here, just in case. They're still fighting as well. Which, yeah, I guess that makes some sense. Hopefully the arrows don't land here. Did you do nothing? Or did I miss it? Was it this turn that we got hit by the 5%? I don't remember anymore. Anyways. Bonk! Alright, there we go. So now if I want to stop this guy from leaving, I need to move next to him with Sigmar. How bad is getting hit there? It's pretty bad, but he can only do it once. And he is also breaking. This is probably fine, so I will risk it with Sigmar here. I'll actually wait in case I get stunned by the wooden stick. Okay, not hit, that's good. Captain Obvious here. Alright, there we go. We do prevail, but yeah, despite these 2 deaths, I think we got extremely lucky there. Not sure out of 100 how many times we actually win this. Anyways, we did win, so that's nice. 3 level ups, some loot as well. The hooked blade is nice to have. The dagger, I guess, also. But I definitely need to be very careful. I can't afford to lose cultists, not this early. Anyways, Sigmar is level 2. And I guess I do go with 9 lives. Colossus has been changed in Hardened. It's now plus 15 hit points instead of plus 25% hit points. I think since I want to keep people alive, even if they're kind of bad, I will go with 9 lives. I think that's a bit better than Colossus here. Alright. Pretty good rolls here. Do I care about ranged with you? 39, 1 star. So I could go with like a hybrid build. It's not the best hybrid though. Not by a long shot. I say hybrid because even though he starts with 50 melee skill and no stars, he did roll a plus 3 for melee skill, which is early on. I'll take all of it, I guess. So I did find a staff sling. 39 is really low though. So if I don't get the ranged skill, what do I get? Hit points, I guess. I'll level the other guys first. Let's see. Let's see here. So for Swain, I think I will go with Colossus. I could also go with one with the shield. That might be better. Do I have a shield though? I don't. Which means I guess I get Colossus. Small target and adrenaline both I guess are also worth considering. Anyways, let's do this first. Plus 3 here, nice. So, plus 5 fatigue, that is hard to pass up on. He does have access to Unstoppable and Berserk. Now, he doesn't have any actual stars in melee skill though. But I think I will go with the fatigue there. I'm tempted by the hit points as well. But I'll get the plus 2 melee skill. We need all the early help I can get. So all of these actually boost survivability by some amount. Which one is the best though? It's not going to be the shield, because I don't have the shield. No shield perks taken when I don't have a shield. I guess, yeah, adrenaline does make sense with this amount of fatigue. So let's go with adrenaline. Though I might end up regretting not taking Colossus here. But let's go with adrenaline. Alright, and then we have Hilmar. Plus 4 melee skill, plus 3 melee defense, nice. And plus 4 hit points. That is an excellent beginning for Hilmar. Okay, what do you get? I will be getting Steelbrow, but I can't get that yet. How about fast adaptation? Even with the 2 stars and being dexterous, I think that might be the best one here. Small target is a little bit worse, because I'm getting Steelbrow. Meaning I don't really care about being hit in the head, so 50% of small target's benefits are kind of wasted. I'll go with fast adaptation. Alright, and Sigmar, now to decide. Do I go with any ranged stuff? I don't think I will. If I had rolled just a plus 1 for melee skill, I might have changed my mind. So by level 11, 74-ish ranged skill. That is rather low, but with... yeah, with throwing that might be enough. I don't know though. That kind of wastes the melee defense star a little bit. So I think I pass up on the ranged there. Take hit points instead. Let's write it down as well. No ranged. Alright, so there we go. The risky fight did succeed, but the obituary already has 2 names, and in this origin that is rather bad. You really don't want your cultists to die in vain. And once again, it is the night time, so I will be very, very careful here. Let's see if Schwertfeste has any cultists for us. Or someone cheap. Well, no cultists, but there are cheap people. So I guess I get a cheapo. How about Einar the Messenger? Alright, you're not that impressive, but I guess you're not horrible. No stars in melee things. 2-star hit points, 2-star resolve. Okay, so this guy is fodder/sacrifice. I don't want too many non-cultists early on, but yeah. Also, yes, I should equip the things that I've gotten that are better than the things I'm rolling with. So let's see. This helmet, I guess. And that armor for Sigma. Also, do I use the hooked blade with someone? Maybe with Swain? Yeah, that makes sense, especially with the injury, I think. Okay, that's a 30 armor. Let's give you a 40 helmet for now and a militia spear. Give you a dagger, give you a knife. Repair this, I guess. Alright, I need money. I don't have a shield to check the selling price here. It's not very good, probably, though. So what are these? Crude javelins, okay. I could use some tools. I guess I'll buy 1 stack of tools. How about food? Nah, I will be raiding caravans, hopefully. So let's not buy food. I should be able to get... Hello, caravan! I should be able to get plenty of food by doing that. Okay, so we are not quite at 100% here. So maybe we wait a little tiny bit before we attack this caravan. Okay, and also give the backline guy the worst armor, I guess. This is vision -3, so we need to be a little bit careful about using those 2-tile reach weapons with vision penalties. But -3 should be fine, even during the night time. Alright, how are we doing? We are doing well enough, okay. Okay, let's just attack this caravan here. Oh yeah, they probably don't actually want to advance on us, since we don't have any ranged guys, so I should be able to just... move forward without there being any negative consequences, really. They are rather poorly equipped here. Don't think they'll attack me if I'm here, as long as I don't have a reach weapon in range. So I'll just go ahead and move there. Also, what is this guy's melee defense? It's 7. You have 5. You have 7. The knives aren't that dangerous unless they land those punctures. So in fights with not that many enemies, I'm not that afraid of that weapon, but in fights with multiple enemies, that is perhaps one of the most dangerous things out there. Also, if I really wanted to, I could wait for these guys to be fatigued, since they will keep on shield walling, but I don't think I'll wait that long. That's just a little bit silly, so let's not do that. Wait for now, though. So there's one guy here, I don't know what weapon he has. Just stay put for now. Okay, just hold with you. So, actually, yeah, maybe I should wait even... Yeah, let's wait for next round before I begin here. Even against these very easy opponents, I will take my time and be careful. It's fine. Guess now I do go for it, though. Acts in 2, acts in 1. Yeah, let's go for it. 22! Nope. 43! Nope. Let's use adrenaline. 61! Yes. Okay. Good that that did not land. Nice. I do like the flail. Not even sure I need to use... Yeah, I guess I do. I guess I do benefit from the adrenaline, since the initiative numbers are what they are. Okay. Riposte, huh? Potentially a problem. Nice headshot there. Nice. Okay, this is 30%. Let's not risk it. How about you? 60%. I guess I can afford to be hit if it happens. But both of us missed. Let's surround the fool. 49. So riposte in Hardened does get removed after one counter attack unless you have a specific perk. So I don't need to worry about that anymore. There we go. We get quality wood, a bit of money, and a lot of food, and a bit of other stuff as well. A couple of shields as well. Alright, so now our relations are still neutral with this faction. No level ups. I guess I'll repair these shields, and someone can have the dagger. Well, the knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Alright, yeah, let's... Well, then again, I guess I want to repair the short sword, probably, because I might be using it. And also the Aketon cap. How about this armor? Yeah, that's better than this, right? Yeah, it's better. Alright. Progress is being made. Peasants. I will leave the peasants alone. Trading caravan. Now that I will attack. So what the plan is well, not long term really, but in the short medium term, I guess, will be to pick a faction to bully. Also, there's this really strange bug, which I don't know if that's from Hardened or Reforged. Also, I don't remember if I've had it before, but sometimes when you try to move with people, they stop. So if I try to move here, they will stop at some point for some reason. But it doesn't seem to affect everyone. It's quite rare at least, but it's really annoying. If you play quickly, you will likely make a mistake at some point because of that bug. Anyway, so like I was saying, the mid-term plan will be to pick a faction to bully and raid their caravans and maybe even attack the noble troops, but that is quite unlikely because they're just too deadly. And be friendly with one or two factions where we can sell things and complete contracts. That is the plan. Anyways, this fight is far tougher than the last one. Their weapons are more deadly and there are more of them. Anyways, let's just go for the flank, I guess. Does it even matter though? I don't know if it matters, but let's go for the flank. And make sure not to get in range with Swain's hooked blade there too early, because that is going to be disadvantageous to us. Also, since this guy is actually willing to use Spear Wall and Shield Wall, I might just abuse the AI a little bit and not engage until he's fatigued out. Everyone does have recover, so I don't know if it really matters. Nah, I'll play it fair. I'll not abuse the AI here, but at some point I might do that. Anyway, step over there. I guess I could make some use out of a high ground maybe, but I don't know. That means I need to lure them close enough to actually benefit at all. Okay, let's just hold here for a little bit. You're shield walling. So Pound does ignore the bonus to melee defense granted by shields, but not by shield wall. So ideally I get the first attack on someone without a shield. Also the guys without shields are more dangerous. So let's go for that. Also, yes, I haven't mentioned this. The Pound attack is 5 AP, so I can move 2 tiles and attack. With this positioning, I might even go for the Fresh. That does have a minus 15% chance to hit, though, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Mayhaps I should not. Yeah, maybe I'll just engage with this Axeman here in a moment. Yeah, okay. Let's go for it. Okay. That was a 74. Let's go ahead and use Adrenaline again. And I suppose I do engage with you there. 60%. Yes, good one. Stepping here is a bit of a risk, but only a bit. I do also have confidence. I could instead go for this guy, so this one doesn't get 2 attacks on me. Melee defense of 0, so I should have a good chance of landing a hit there. This guy has 26 with the shield. Okay, let's risk it. 70%. That is a hit. Guess you engage here. I don't even care much if Einar dies. Hit in the head, but it's fine. Alright. This position is next to 3 allies, so that comes with the crowded penalty. Long-range melee attacks are harder to use in a crowded environment. Any melee attack with a maximum range of 2 or more tiles has its hit chance reduced for each adjacent character. So we're getting minus 5% from that. Which might have made us miss there. I'll wait before I attack there. Yeah, take that. Though that's perhaps some wasted damage. Yeah, it seems it was. Oh well. You can just hold. Riposte, okay. Well, we can just ignore that. Do nothing. 55, so no longer are we crowded. You wait. You miss. Okay. Yeah, you keep on riposting. That's fine with me. If it makes you happy, just do it. There we go. There we go. It would be actually nice to get this armor. Can I facilitate that? I don't think so, when he's going to be trying to flee. I might get a lucky headshot, which preserves it. Well, I guess I can try for the daggering. I really don't have anything other than time to lose here. But yeah, if Hilmar gets the attack there, then... Okay, we got one headshot, so I think we get the armor. Right, step here. You don't actually have a knife. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Hilmar gets a level up. And we get Amber Shards. That's going to help us a lot, because money is power. Or something similar. There we go. Hilmar, level 3 already. Gets Steel Brow, like I said. I really like Steel Brow. One hit in the head with the right weapon might get you killed. I've had also very nice a +3 melee defense roll. That is excellent. And I have my peak out of hit points, fatigue, resolve, and I... Actually, every single thing seems to have max rolled apart from ranged skill. Anyways, resolve isn't really a problem, especially being a cultist. So how much do I care about fatigue? I guess I do care, since you have access to Berserk. Now we'll see if he ever actually gets there, but it's looking good so far. Hit points would also be nice. Currently only has access to flexible, which I'm not leveling initiative, so it's not as good as it might be. You can also in Hardened train in weapon skills, well, the weapon perks, as well as the armor perks that you don't have, but it's going to cost you money, a lot of it. So potentially we just have to accept that flexible is what we get. Eventually. But I don't think I'll be leveling the initiative when I don't have any stars in it. So yeah, I think I go for hit points or fatigue. The +5 fatigue is really tempting. But it's going to take a long while to actually benefit from that fatigue, so I guess I go hit points. Survivability is, I suppose, priority number 1, early on at least. And for the guys that you want to stay alive, of course, you want to prioritize that. Yeah, I saw something hostile. And I also see another trading caravan, so I suppose we have found probably the faction to bully. That's kind of good, but it also comes with a downside that's semi-bad, because I want to get to the south to recruit slaves. And that means going through the Red House's territory. Even so, I will be attacking this caravan as well. Because why the hell not? So did I find anything that I'd like to repair? Don't see anything. I guess I could repair the short sword, but I'd rather keep my tools. There aren't that many of them left. Alright, let's go for it. I suppose I can also recruit non-indebted sacrifices, but the indebted ones are supposedly the optimal ones. Also, why did I wait? That's because I'm autopiloting. And also, since I've gotten a few levels, I'm perhaps not approaching this with the... Yeah, there's the bug again. Not approaching this with the level of caution that I should be anymore, but this is merely a trading caravan. Trading caravans in Reforged are pretty damn easy. In Legends, from what I remember, they scale a lot harder and they're far more difficult to deal with to begin with. But usually I play this game without being an immense prick and killing civilians all the time. Here I will definitely make an exception though. They have the high ground. But I have a reach weapon, which means they will be coming down from there. So let's go for this flank here. Don't think they'll step down before I'm in range with the reach weapon. You step there. You over there and you over here. Oh. You decided to leave your high ground. Interesting choice. We shall see how it pans out. Right, wait. Okay, we still have the injury for 30 hit points. That's a little bit scary. I think I can still just... well, I guess I can wait. It's fine. It's fine to wait. Let's wait a little tiny bit. Now go for it. Like so. Only 38. Keep on holding. Do that. Step back. And I guess we use that again. Are they now triggered? It seems they are. Or are they? Since I'm no longer in range. If not, well, we can do it again. We can do it again. I can even recover. So I will do that. But wait with these guys, just in case they change their mind. They have not changed their mind. That's fine. Alright, go for it again. Missed. How about this guy? Missed again. Since he only has 30 hit points, I will be playing this very cowardly and stepping back again. Okay, now they're moving around. Well, two can play this game. This waiting game. I have the definite advantage here. I would have already engaged with them had they... if they didn't have this high ground here, but... yeah. Alright. Yeah, wait. Still wait. We'll go for this fool who decided to guard it. Well, I guess they're all fools. None of them have a helmet. That is a terrible, terrible mistake to make. There we go. Also, in Hardened, if you have a bandage, you can actually treat injuries as well. As long as, let's take a look here. Treats any injury that was received at most 1 round ago. Well, this guy is beyond treating now. Now are you guys angry or desperate enough to come down? Are you not? Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. Fine, fine. Okay, wait with everyone. I am not proud of what we are doing, but I am still going to do it. Alright, I think we've thinned the herd enough. If they don't want to attack me now, then I'll just go for it. Give them a tiny sliver of a chance. Okay, there they go. Well, one of them did. I'll go for this guy, despite... well, should I? He's more dangerous. This is a huge waste of damage on this guy, so I'll go for the harder to hit target. Get it. Okay, that took a while. Couple of 3 levels out of that. And more amber. Nice, very nice. Tools as well. Okay, so Einar the Fodder. I could go with fast adaptation or 9 lives. I think I go with fast adaptation here. Okay, +3 melee defense. So we might get an event. Well, the event, the conversion event, after which Einar is no longer a messenger and will be a cultist like the rest of us. At that point he will no longer be a sacrifice, if I can help it. But we'll see if that happens. Anyways, do I care about fatigue? 92 already, 2 stars. Has battle flow, but can he ever kill something? Well, I guess with fast adaptation, maybe. Flails, I guess fatigue makes sense, but yeah, let's get some resolve. Do I care about initiative though? Flexible and nimble. Dodge is from the medium armor perk group. Also, yeah, I don't think I've mentioned this. Dodge has been changed a lot by Hardened. And this is one change which I don't like, because it means I have to do a lot of micromanaging in battle to get the full benefit. So dodge is now for each empty adjacent tile, gain 5% of your current initiative as defenses. That means you ideally want to use dodge people on the flanks and try to make sure that allies aren't too close, and also that enemies don't get to swarm them. So I don't know, I don't really like that change, but of course we'll roll with it. We will roll with it. Anyways, he doesn't have any stars in initiative, so do I care? He does have quickness though. Maybe in that case. Go for like well, I don't know, could go for nimble or medium armor. 111 initiative. I guess I do take the +5 in that case. So let's mark Relentless and Skirmisher in blue as maybes, but Dodge in green. Despite what I just said about Dodge, I guess I'll go for it. And these two in blue. I think in Hardened you can actually combine armor perks, which I don't believe you can do in Reforged. So I could go with both. In the unlikely event that Einar here will still be with us by the time that can be accomplished. So let's go with +5 initiative, +4 resolve, and +3 melee defense. Okay, and I guess I'll mark some other things in blue as well. So 9 lives in blue. Wear them down is pretty decent. I'll mark that in blue. Weapon-wise, I guess flails, probably. Also gets shields, so I might just go with shields. So lots of possibilities here for this very mediocre brother. Anyways, next up, Sigmar. Level 3. Okay, mean-rolled melee defense, mean-rolled melee skill. Disappointing. I think I go with the resolve, melee defense and hit points here. Let's do so. Okay, I don't actually have fast adaptation available. Already have 9 lives, so maybe not take Colossus. I guess now I could go with the shields. That makes sense to me. Has a star in melee defense. Has very low melee skill and no stars. Yeah, I guess I'll go with shields with you. Cultist shield. And I suppose I'll put him to the flank in that case. Also, one other thing that's been changed by Hardened is that no longer do you have bonuses to hit for things like militia spears, which would be the automatic choice to use with these low melee skill, low level brothers. Well, somewhat automatic. No longer do we have that plus 20% here. So instead we have to rely on the reach mechanic for 15% more melee skill if you have reach advantage. So the militia spear has a reach of 5 and the bludgeon has a reach of 3. Anyways, we have a shield. Well, we have multiple shields, have 2 of them. Let's take one with shield. 40% less hit point damage from attacks to the head while you have the shield wall effect. 40% less hit point damage from attacks to the body while you don't have the shield wall effect. Oh, I already took it. Okay. And finally, Swain, level 3. Okay, +2s there. I guess I take both of them. And either fatigue or resolve. One thing that might be difficult to accomplish early is also to get a bannerman, a sergeant. It seems I don't even have anyone with the perks here. Not that I'd like to make any of these guys a sergeant. I guess theoretically Einar here with 2 stars in resolve might have made like a passable sergeant, but anyway. Anyway. Let's take these +2s and... So resolve does have benefits, but it's already 48. And, well, you don't have any candle traits yet. Eventually the resolve rolls that I take early might kind of be useless to an extent, but I'll take the +4 here instead of the fatigue. Okay, survivability probably, so I guess Colossus. Probably. I would take 9 lives or Steel Brow over that, I think. But those aren't options. Guess I could also go with small targets. That's kind of helpful. But let's take Colossus. +15 hit points. There you go. That's the levels done. Also, I have this armor. So 50 armor. I'll give it to, I guess, Swain here. Also have arrows. I'll equip those to make room. Also have a knife. Anything else? I don't see anything currently. I guess I could use a shield on Einar here. But how about just going for the double grip bonus instead? For now, let's go with auto shield. Alright. Crossroads. Let's go in this direction. Go west, young man. If I get attacked during the night time, I guess I'll actually do this. Put you guys down there. I might have to retreat. Also, yes, I have bandages. I should equip some of those. Let's do it. So now I have things to sell, but ideally I will sell them at the best possible price. Meaning a city with ambushed trade routes or something like that, and also good relations. One thing, of course, that can be a problem if I piss off the red faction here too much is that I don't have access to their settlements, of course, which means potentially not finding cultists. Well, we don't find any here. How about some tools that we do find? Starting to run out of money a little bit, but we have things to sell. I have too much food, so I will sell the strange meat at least here. And also, I guess... Well, then again, I might be recruiting really soon. I'll sell some useless things, some cheap things to make room here, but not all of my stuff. I'll get this one last stack of tools. One good thing, one advantage to this origin is you will be running... Okay, we've been shot on by a bird and we don't have anyone to shoot said bird down, so now Sigmar is content instead of being happy. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying, one good thing about this origin is that you will be running with a lot of cultists, and cultists are cheap, which means economically, after a while, you should be doing pretty well. You cannot convert highborn backgrounds unless they are dumb or have brain damage. And I believe it's not enough to be dumb if the background is noble. Instead, you do need that brain damage. And if someone is bright, they cannot be converted at all. Okay, we don't find... Actually, we don't find any indebted in this southern city, nor do we find any cultists. That is a terrible disappointment. We do find the arena, but we probably can't do anything there. We shouldn't risk it. I guess I can take a look, though. I can take a look. Hyenas, 3 hyenas. I will not risk it. Not with these bozos that I have. Okay, what are these? Okay, put down indebted uprising. That's a 2 skull. I think not. Caravan to the southeast. I will take that, even though it's not going to... It's not really even that helpful for us, but that is where we are going anyway. And if we get attacked along the way, then we have a bit of help. So I'll take that. Anything I'd like to buy? We can maybe make a tiny profit with incense, but with this price, with our money situation, probably don't want to bother. Selling price is 18, that's decent. I will offload some things, but not all of the things. So some garbage I will let go here, but keep most of my stuff, I guess. And I don't think I'll recruit anyone. Yeah, I don't think I will. I guess I could get Sahir here. as another fodder sacrifice, or if he's good, then we could hope that he gets converted. There's also Vasi Alrundi here, but let's just take this caravan, see what we find. Southeast. We have, let's see, one conscript to help us if we get attacked. Would be nice if I were able to attack and win against these southern trading caravans, but they are far tougher to defeat than the northern ones. Anyways, we found our destination. Well supplied public executions. Selling food yields more. Well, I already sold most of my stuff, so probably don't bother with that. Or do I? Tools are cheap. There's 3 contracts. But how about the recruits? Yeah, there's an indebted. Only one indebted, though. I guess I'll get him. Don't have to pay him at all. Do have to feed him. Okay, you just, you're pretty bad anyway, so you are just a sacrifice. So the sacrifice event chooses randomly out of the, I think, 4 lowest level brothers that you have. So one way around that is to have 3 sacrificial lambs in the reserves. Currently I only have 1, plus Einar, who is lower level. I would still like to get more sacrifices in that case. But yeah, no indebted here, no cultists. That's not good. I guess I get Quadir here. Day 6. Now let's get Qadir. Okay, slightly better than the others. Still not good. Well, this guy is sacrifice / fodder. I will use him in the fighting line, I guess, at least if the situation calls for it. And I suppose I'll get Lyth here for 90. Who has 2-star range skill, starts at 42 only though. That is the highest roll he can get though as a tailor. Alright. Has crossbows. Also has the marksmanship, well, ranged combat 3. So if he gets converted, I guess I could go for crossbows with this guy. Maybe even something like a hybrid thing. We'll see. So sacrifice / ranged. Though currently far more useful in melee with 56. So give you some stuff. Like so. And you can also have a bandage. Slightly better armor. Okay, now I have enough sacrifices. So let's refrain from recruiting. Selling price is not very good. What are the contracts? Another caravan, maybe. Money-wise, it's not that good. And I also can't attack anything along the way, of course. 1 skull drive of nomads. Can I do that? Potentially, yes. I think I might be able to at this point. At the very least, I can go take a look if it's doable. So I think I'll accept. Do it during the night time, so we have an advantage. Early on, even these 1 skull contracts might get key people killed and thus tank the run, sadly. But with the way things are going, we have some level 3s and we have some fodder. I think we probably can do this without too much of a risk. It's very far, sadly. Oh well. Well, it is morning and I want to do it probably if they have ranged troops during the night time, so I guess a little bit of traveling is fine. And after doing this contract, we can hopefully get a little bit of a better price as well. Can I actually see what's inside though? Come on, don't go that way. Okay, one slinger. Even so, I'll do it during the night time, of course. Should be fairly easy, but you never know. So I will be using everyone except Harad, the indebted potential sacrifice here. Alright, dusk is enough. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's kill some fools in the desert. So I don't think they want to attack us because they have the ranged superiority of one slinger. Meaning that we need to be the aggressors, of course. Move this guy up a little bit. Move this guy up a little bit. Wait with you guys. This guy... let's wait with you. Even though it probably doesn't even make a difference. Okay, you're a fodder, but you are kind of a semi-useful fodder, so ideally don't die. Let's put you on the flank. Here's the slinger. Okay. So that's semi-dangerous. The scythe. I guess we'll just engage. We should be able to bully them pretty much. Keyword shoot. So if I actually move here, that might be enough to trigger them. I think they will, since yeah, that's in range. I'll just go ahead and do that. I do like having access to adrenaline. It can really make a difference. A big difference in some cases. I don't actually need to be that close. I can be a bit further away because this is, of course, 5 AP to use. So let's do it like that. And after I've hit here, I guess I step there. Doesn't really matter much where I put Sigmar. Let's put him actually here. This is a 49. Let's see if they are now... okay, they're just backing off. Okay. If I had stayed in range, I suppose they maybe would have actually attacked. Maybe. But now my plans need to be changed. Of course, I need to advance on them. Anyways, I am playing kind of painfully slow even for myself, but I really need to make sure that I don't screw up and get a key mercenary killed here. Anyways, let's get closer. I'm not going to engage with Einar though, because he doesn't have a shield. Alright. Go there. Quadir here is has a star in melee defense that actually, even that one star there is kind of maybe enough for me to want to keep this guy alive for a little bit longer. But then again, he's not a cultist, so perhaps that is stupid. I'll put him here. And you can move there, and we'll see what happens. Ouch. Ouch. Nasty, but it is on a fodder, so that's fine. If you die, you die. So I could back off already with this guy, or I could shield wall and just accept death. I think I'd still like to use him in this battle, but being hit even once is going to be... yeah, that's going to be the end for him. Guess I back off a little bit, but might bring him back. I think I could have played this far better than I have. But yeah, I'll engage probably here. Despite Swain being all the way over there. That is kind of problematic though. But yeah, I guess I go for it. Start with a miss. You go Maybe here, actually. The main thing about this shield, guys, is to keep my damage dealers safer. So I guess, yeah, go there. And shield wall. Alright. Hilmar. 76. Oh, misses. Misses. Alright, in that case, I think... Well, not really in that case, but let's keep Sigmar probably here. Which means I don't want to move there, probably, with Spain. Instead, go for the long way around. Does that make sense? This furniture here is annoying me a bit. If I move here, how bad is it that someone ends up there? A little bit bad, but then again, you're no longer injured. So maybe it doesn't matter that much. I move here, I can step there and have access to all of these tiles. Let's go there. Not bother with the adrenaline here. Shield wall. Ouchies. Okay. Will one shot with the flail be enough here? This guy acts in 2. Probably goes for Einar, actually. Guess I should spend my AP already in case he's going to be worse off in a moment. Damn it. Okay. That's not good. That is very not good. Welp. We need Hilmar to do things here, otherwise we're dead, basically. Potentially dead. Right. Hopefully Quadir can stay alive for 1 round to delay these guys. Okay, 87, please, please hit, and please let it be a headshot. Nope. Our luck seems to have run out. Damn it. That's only a 17%, so I guess I just go for the shield wall. Not even bother wasting the fatigue with the thrust. I guess I could move here, maybe. Get some surround bonuses going. This stupid slinger is now going to be going for Hilmar, probably, and yeah, if he lands hits, then we're definitely in deep shit. Definitely in deep shit in that case. We need good things to happen. Yeah, I'll try to move here. Success. That's 34. Instead of doing that, I could just go for the safer option of moving here. Yeah, I really screwed this fight up. Really badly played, I think. Also a bit of a bad luck, but then again, we've gotten so lucky so far that I can't really complain much about it. I could just move like here and adrenaline. Go for this guy who's going to be far easier to hit. And also once Quadir falls, then this flank collapses, which means Wayne is in trouble. Yeah, I think I just go for the flanking maneuver there. Your shield wall in. Let's provide additional shield wall. Attack a 50% and miss. Okay, 69. Is it nice? It is nice. It is nice. Okay. Let's use adrenaline again. And I'll abuse the waiting mechanic just in case I get pocket sanded or something. Okay, so far so good, but okay. Go for him. Yes, good. Actually has 48 to hit there. Kind of terrifyingly. Okay, 95 or 92. I suppose I should go for the higher chance, despite this guy being more dangerous. Okay. Does land it this time. Stupid pocket sand, 20% less damage. Can't take much punishment anymore, but at least I have that steel brow, and at least the slinger is going for a non-priority person. Okay, you're likely dead in a moment. So let's not bother with the recover, instead attack and actually get a hit in. Alright, and this time I think I go for the damage. Gets one hit in. Come on. There we go, one down. 65? No. Damn it, damn it, damn it. And yeah, I would like to move here to take care of the slinger, but next to a double crypt spear, a confident one, I don't think I should. But Hilmar can do it. I still need to use him in this fight, even though he's... well, he has lost almost all of his armor. This guy's probably moving there. Need Hilmar to be able to kill this guy. It's only a 63. He does get it though. He does get it. Okay, the slinger has a wooden stick. That's... honestly, that's kind of scary. But he's nearly fatigued out. And I do need to get next to him. So I guess I go for it. Even if we win this fight, if I lose Hilmar, then this will not have been worth this. I need all of my cultists. Anyways, I guess we do it. Though, if I don't, he's probably moving somewhere, which means he's out of the fight for a bit. What are my options? I guess I do move there. That also makes room for Swain. Move and wait. Hopefully he uses pocket sand. Here would be nice to shield wall, but I also need to deal damage, so I guess I go for 60%. Hits once. Wait, just in case. Oh, god damn it. Hit by 38. Why did you not use your pocket sand, you bastard? And you at least landed. Okay, we might be losing Hilmar. We might even be losing the whole damn run here. Don't do it! He did do it, but not enough. 8 hit points left. It's a 58. He has to handle it on his own. Unless I can break them. I guess you wait and we'll see if I can kill this guy. I should be able to kill this guy. Hopefully that gets some morale things going. 69! Yes, okay, that helps a bit. They are fatigued out to some extent at least. But yeah, Bash is 13. Well, I don't need to think about that. Can he attack twice or once next round? Anyway, Light here. 41. Could recover, so I can attack more. Actually, 16, is that? No. Can only attack once. Wait for now. You probably attack this guy though. Is there anything I can do to make sure that Hilmar lives? I don't think there is. I just need to pray, basically. Well, he can be struck down. That can happen. That can happen. Also, he might be able to score a hit there. Well, anyways. Go for this guy, I guess. Fail, fail. Okay. Save yourself, Hilmar. You have not saved yourself. -9. Okay, we at least get to act before this guy, or we should be able to. Alright. That's only 27. How about going for something like a knockback? Try to move here and knockback, or knockback this guy to disable the shield wall. That's a 53. Can I trust in your ability to move there? I don't think I can. So instead, I go for the knockback, and then I can... can you move and attack with that amount of fatigue? I don't know, but you can at least maybe hit this guy. And then after knocking back, I can get next to him, which helps a lot. Might get a morale check. And also provides surround bonuses. So let's go for the knockback. Fails. Do I go for it again? I think I do. Okay. Alright. Here... there's a better chance to move, but if I do... then the cutthroat here can get to Hilmar. It's in 4, acts in 3. So, Nomad Maze takes 13 fatigue. He's completely fatigued out. So if he moves, that is 6 fatigue, 6 plus... okay. So he cannot move and attack if I've understood things correctly, which sometimes I don't. But that means I should maybe go for the slinger here. Let's see, so you have 22 melee defense. By no means is it guaranteed. Attacking is 54. 16. So I can attack twice instead. Man. What a spot. This wouldn't matter at all, basically. Well, it would matter, but it wouldn't matter nearly as much in a normal run, but I really need my cultists. I need all of them, because they're so difficult to find. I think I just attack here instead of taking the risk of moving, because, yeah, then I can just attack once. Everything else will cost too much. So do that. Okay, 67. No. God damn it. Can I move and attack? No, I cannot. So I guess I just attack this guy then. Oh well. And I fell. Hit in the head, though. Still alive. There's still a chance for Hilmar. There is still a chance. Is it a big chance? Probably not. But it is a chance. Now I can actually move here. But, yeah, still can't knock back. I can attack, though. Yeah, I guess I should be doing that. Move like here. Instead of there. At least I'm fine with the others for now. I suppose I did make a mistake in moving Hilmar next to the slinger as well. But... yeah, I don't know. Needed to try something. Okay, go for it. And you have failed. Oh, nice. Hilmar, it seems, does get to live. Okay. Okay. That is very good. And just as I said that, we get hit in the head here. But it's kind of fine. I have 9 lives. 9 lives. That is, let's see. Black Eye Fresh. 10% less melee skill. Okay. I could recover. But let's just attack. Attack and fail. Okay. I can breathe again. Hilmar is at 2 hit points. I would still like to use him, but I don't think I should. I might have to use him though, but if I do, then I need to be super careful. Anyways, I could just shield wall now. 47 to attack. I'll shield wall. I will shield wall. Right. The 3, yeah, let's get next to him. 49 miss. Nice, 48 success. Alright, for now, just recover. Wait. Attack. Okay. So now do I dare go into melee with this guy? I have a pretty good chance of killing this one with 3 people. I don't really need to do it though. I think I'm fine probably without doing it. Do I dare? Getting hit once will kill Hilmar. He has fast adaptation going. And actually he doesn't. He has the perk, but not the effect. I don't know. I will pass. I'm really tempted to risk it there, but for now at least, let's not. If it looks like one of these guys is going to die otherwise, then I will risk it, I suppose, but not before then. Okay, there we go. There we go. We win. A couple of fodder bros are dead, but that's a-okay with me. Late, the sacrifice / ranged gets a level up. We get some food and other things. Nothing that exciting that I can see, but the victory there is very good. Okay, Lathe level 2. Alright, +3 melee defense roll there. Since it's, I don't know. Should I go for the ranged? For now, he's so much more useful in melee. And he's likely going to either be the sacrifice or leave us or die at some point before ranged skill can do anything. I might just ignore the ranged skill again. I need to make the decision now, though. Because if I don't level the range skill at every occasion, then he will end up very low. I think I ignore it. Let's ignore it. Instead, let's actually get resolve instead of fatigue. Since he rolled the +3 there and +2 here, I have decided to do this. And let's also just change his description to this. And either get 9 lives or 1 with the shield. Which one? Go with the 9 lives. 1 headshot, of course, can be the difference between life and death, and if you have 9 lives, then at least you have 1 more opportunity of surviving. Let us return to the hub. There we are. So now, if I buy a trading good, that is far better for us. The prices are more manageable. Some more tools would be nice as well. I can't splurge too much, and I also need to find a place to actually sell things. So far, I have found 0 cities. There's bound to be at least a couple of them somewhere, though. Since I haven't found any cities, maybe I should not piss off the Red House more just yet, because they might have some cities around here. And in that case, I suppose we'll go for... I only see 2 northern factions so far, so I suppose there might be a northern one still hidden. That might be the faction that we end up bullying at some point. Maybe. Anyways, what is my selling price? It's still worse, I think, than in that last place. There's a throwing net here. That might make the difference between life and death. I guess I will buy it. So yeah, this is a decent price for the trading goods, but I need to find some place to actually sell. I'll get the silk. Will I get something else? Maybe the spices. So 29 crowns per day in wages. 137. That's cutting it a bit close, but I can sell some of this garbage at that other place. Yeah, let's just take this. This is to the same location, right? El Hadet. Yes, let's take this. We're going there anyway. Let's probably leave the desert behind for now. I will need some more sacrifices now. Pretty soon. As far as I know, indebted cannot leave even if they get angry. Unless it's been changed by Reforged or Hardened at some point. So even if Harad here gets horrified by our actions, he will not be able to leave us. But sadly, he's our only indebted for now. Let's deliver this cargo. You go looking for Hilmar. The mercenary had taken quite the injury last you saw. The man, however, is in high spirits. He turns to you, taking a break from sharpening some steel. Need something, sir? You inquire about his injury. He shrugs. I don't die easy. I ate a lot of lettuce growing up. One might say I'm hard to kill. Good as new. Good for you. You are still, however, afflicted by fractured ribs, as well as a very low amount of hit points. I see some hyenas. I will not fight them. They are too much for us at this point. Unless I get lucky. I have been getting lucky so far in this run, but let's not risk it for a hyena biscuit. I wonder what hyena meat tastes like. I would imagine it's not very good, but who knows? Anyways, we have made it. There is a contract here. What is this? Nomads of some kind? No, not 2 skulls. That's too much. They do have ambushed trade routes now, so what is the selling price? It is... well, these aren't in intact condition, so let's... put 1 shield there so we can see it's 19. That's good enough to sell some things. So I will go ahead and do just that. I'll keep the Nomad Sling, but sell the other type of sling. Saif I will keep over the short sword. Let's keep a couple of militia spears. Sell that armor, though I might actually need even crappy armor like that. Sell some of this 30 helmets. I'll sell the amber shards here now. Okay, that helps a lot. I could also sell the silk, actually, as well as the spices. The profit is rather low, but I can do that. And actually, with that in mind, I could go back here to buy more of these things and sell it here. But is that going to be worth it? I guess it might. I'm benefiting like, let's see here. This is about 40 and this is about 60. So let's say on average 50 crowns per trading good. That might be worth it, but I don't remember how many I left there. Anyways, I'll sell these two. I'm doing decently with money, actually. Should I head back? Okay, we find a cultist. Welcome. Welcome aboard. We also find, I guess, a beggar. I need to make sure I have at least 3 people that can be Oh, what the hell? 3-star melee skill, 3-star range skill beggar. 54 starting. Okay, sadly he's probably going to leave us at some point or die, but I would actually like to keep this guy. So, pot, convert, pot for promise potential. This guy would be an absolute god if he got... Well, not like an absolute god. He doesn't have any stars in melee defense. Resolve is low. But 3-star melee skill. That alone on someone who has promise potential. That is so good. So good. So hopefully I can keep this guy alive and he will stick around. If not, then too bad. But yeah. How about the range skill? Has throwing. That's good. Has marksmanship, the range 3. This might be like a god level hybrid. If we can both get him to level 11 and get the promise potential, and also, well, I guess that's 3 things, and convert him successfully to Davkul's Dark Cause. Very nice find in a normal run. In this run, however, it might just immediately be sacrifice time. And then we have Kettlemund, who is dexterous, that's good, but is also fragile. 1-star range defense, 3-star initiative. Has back to basics, interesting. Has 9 lives and steel brow for survivability, and also shields. I might go with those things. Well, anyways, he's a cultist, so that's nice. Nice to see. Let's give you some kind of stuff here. Like a spear. Also, backline weapon for Nadir. Okay, my stomach is making noises. Let's ignore those. Okay, let's give you the throwing net. So I could give this guy the battle whip. Or Swain's hooked blade. I think I'll go for the battle whip. So let's repair that and that and that. Alright, is there... yeah, I'll make a switch with these helmets there. You can have that. And this is a 20. Use that instead. So I have 2 people I can let go. I guess I can let this cultist go as well if the sacrifice event demands it, but ideally not. So I do still need to get some people to sacrifice. Anyways, before I went on a recruiting spree, I was debating whether to go and get some more trading goods here. So wages-wise, that is kind of worth it, probably. There is also the caravan contract there. I could take that. Where was it headed? I think it was Splitterburg, probably. At this point, I might be able to do these really low-tier camps out in the wilds, but they are still risky. I don't think I have a good chance against the higher-tier ones, so I don't want to risk it there. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back and maybe get that caravan contract. There might also be another type of contract there at this point. One thing I could do in... Oh, what the... Nomads are going ham. Alright, during the night time I might be able to fight them, but Hilmar here is still not doing all that hot, so I think I shouldn't. Sadly. I mean, I can't fight both groups at once, but one at a time, that would be pretty good. Anyways, let's ignore them for now, I think. Even during the night time, the ranged units might be an immense headache. Though if I take the caravan and these two stick around and they want to travel together like they are currently, then we might be in trouble. I can maybe fight them with the help of some southern troops here. Let's see if I get them. Hello, are you home? Trading caravan is home. Alright, I think we'll fight with the trading caravan. It is dusk also. But I will leave all of that for next time. So yeah, we made it this far. Got perhaps far more lucky than unlucky. But I will of course take all of the luck that I can get. Anyways, next time we will be fighting in the desert and probably heading out of the desert as well. And raiding some more caravans, exploring the world, meeting new people, killing people, all of that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching and I shall see you next time.